It's Chillmonger. It's look at that flashing lights, big afford entertainment with the purple. I got purple too, representing the PURPLE. Do you say purple or violet?
Purple, bro.
But in French, the word is violet, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
See,
But I say
he,
purple
he's in Quebec. He's the Quebecer who doesn't like the language.
at all. 100%.
You know when they talk to okay, that's not the topic of this video. This is about Ray Stevenson. So as we're recording, we're in between the 7th episode and the 8th episode right now. Okay. We don't know the fate of the character. He could die, he could be lost, there could be a pre-written in excuse for why this character is going to be here. Or they
Mhm.
maybe even did some reshoots and they had a couple of people do a line here, a line there to explain his absence. We don't know that. But from we're going to guess and we're going to go with this premise. He lives and he's still around. How do we handle this? Today is the day we had Michael Gambon. I believe he played the Dumbledore, and he also died. The
Mhm.
actors, especially the guys who are a little bit older, dude from John Wick who just died, Lance Reddick, right?
Mhm.
Franchises are going to continue, actors are going to die. In the specific case of Ray Stevenson, I want to ask you, what do you do if you are Dave Filoni and Kathleen Palpatine?
Well, for one thing, I have a feeling that because when they're on this planet, he keeps saying something's calling him. So I think he might find that force and get transformed into something else. If they do that, then they can find a way to kind of keep him in there, but we'll have a different person playing the character, or maybe he's deformed or whatever, you know?
Why can't you just say the word recast? A different person playing the character.
Because I know that's what you're looking for.
Well, I mean, it's the conversation we're having. I'm not going to bring up T'Challa other than right now, just because that's not the topic right here.
Yeah, yeah,
But like,
yeah.
but when I think of Ray Stevenson's character and how like good he is and how much quality he is, right? It's a real loss if we lose out on the character. I do think you can get another actor to come in here and portray the same face and to say the same like wisdom lines. It's going to be written by the same writer, and I think it would be a loss, a big time loss, if we don't have this character. There's avenues like cartoons, animated series shows where we can have this character resume in. Unlike T'Challa, I guess it's the second time I brought him up. T'Challa is a comic book character that existed from the 60s, right? That's being adapted.
Hmm.
But something like Carrie Fisher, who plays Leia, they're one and the same. When they mold a Leia sculpture, those action figures are based off of Leia's likeness, as with Ray
Yes.
Stevenson's likeness. So it's a very different experience. It's more so like Brian, who died from the Fast and Furious franchise. It's
Hmm.
very similar to that, and their execution of how to move on after an actor's death was a commendable one. It's well loved around the world, right?
It is, but I also think it kind of, because every time we saw a Fast and Furious movie, what's Brian doing? Where's Brian? Why is Mia here and Brian's not there? You know what I mean? So at the same time as they did it to honor him and didn't want to kill him off, I understand that, but it kind of added questions to the movies.
So we don't want to add questions to the Ahsoka show. We don't want to. If there's a way that they can write him into the galaxy that they're at right now, the second galaxy, and he's stuck there, just like Ezra was stuck there for years. Hey, that's pretty cool. And then maybe years from now, things can things can evolve, and then they can hire a new actor to continue Ray Steven or Baylan Skull. We can have a
Hmm.
new actor play him there, and maybe it'll be less of a stinger for why is there somebody new playing this guy? How could you just toss away Ray Stevenson like he was nothing? Whatever the reaction would be to a recast.
You
I
see,
love the
I wouldn't have the same reaction I have to a recast with him, because we haven't been like he just came in Star Wars lore. You know what I mean? He's been in Ahsoka. We didn't have a history of this guy doing all types of movie to where I feel so connected to him that I feel like nobody else can play his part. So if they were to recast him, I'd be like, okay, well, let's do it. Character is good. I think he's one of the best characters in the Ahsoka show, to be honest with you.
Yeah, he and Shin are doing well. Now they could also
Mhm.
give whatever lines he's supposed to say, whatever role he's supposed to do, give that over to Shin, or say, okay, yeah, you know about these two with the orange lightsabers,
Mhm.
but there's another two with orange lightsabers who are also part of the Order, and they'll cast an alien. I guess it would be like a Twi'lek or a Trandoshan, just so that no one's gonna think, oh, that's supposed to be Baylan Skoll's role, but no one's.
Mhm.
Yeah, you can just kind of pass it off like that. Uh, my thing is that this character is so integral to what's going on with the Force, with the Jedi and the Sith, and these in between groups. I love having a guy with a lightsaber, a guy with knowledge about the past, a guy who wants to be very connected to the Force, even though right now in the age of the rebellion and the new republic, it's all like, oh, that's that mystical myth fantasy stuff. We need a guy in there who's really into the Force, cosmic,
Mhm.
all that, and to lose him is a loss, is a big loss, because Luke Skywalker doesn't know anything. He can learn, he can read some books, but he's not there yet. Ahsoka, she left the order, so as much as she knows, she's not well learned. He's so important that I need the recast. I want this character to resume, assuming that he lives. He may die in the next episode, and we would have said, "Oh, I guess it doesn't really matter."
You see, I don't think they're gonna kill him though, because if they did, I think they would have probably did something in this episode, right? And it seems like he's going off on his own mission. So I'm with you. If he gets trapped on that planet where he stays there, maybe he figures out there's something more to the force in this galaxy, and I'm gonna stay here to learn it, craft my skills, or whatever. I'd be okay with that.
So when Shin runs away in the episode 7 spoilers, when she runs, do you think she's running back to Baylan Skull?
That's a good question. I didn't even think about that. Possibly she could be, but I think he's on a path that when, like, if she even gets there, he's gone. Like he's somewhere else now. So I think her best bet was to be run back to the ship with the stormtroopers.
But if she is not, though, if she actually does go back to him, and they have to get rid of Baylan Skull with this reason you're suggesting, I guess that we're also going to lose Shin Hati. Also, could you lose her with it? Who of that package? I love me some Baylan Skull, I do, but Shin Hati is equally just as loved.
I agree. I
I-
agree. I like the way she's playing the character. She has, when she's fighting, she has that look on her face, like, don't mess with me type of thing, and I really like that character. So if I had to choose, I wouldn't want to see Balin go either, but I would like to see Shin move on.
Damn. And then she can get a Padawan. And then whatever lines that Shin was supposed to say in season 2 or in the movie, you just give that to the Padawan, and Shin will say
Mhm.
all the lines Baylan Skull was supposed to say.
And you see, the thing is too, I don't think, and especially her, I think Balin is not completely bad, right? So I think he taught her in certain ways, like not to just follow the dark side of the force, but there's also the light side out of here as well. So I think she might end up becoming good. You know what I mean? Maybe joining Ahsoka and them and getting more training that way. Because Ahsoka was like, I can help you. Spoilers, guys. Sorry. You know what I mean? And when she ran off. So I'm like, that would be interesting if they did that.
She should have some mercy, or she should see them in a different light. Every time, look, when she was about to kill Sabine, choking her, and then Balin was like, "Relax, don't do that." Yeah,
Mhm,
and then just this episode, when everyone was pointing their weapons, Ezra was like, "Stop!" and he made a little joke. Remember that?
mhm,
She's
yeah,
like, "Fire!" and she has no sympathy, like she doesn't
mhm,
have any patience. But then all of a sudden, when it was 3-on-1, Ahsoka says, "Hey, chill, Shin," and Shin is like, "What do I do?" She just started
yeah.
running away. There's room there for this character to grow. She may be like, okay, listen, even though I've been putting my thumb down on these people when I was in the same position, they decided not to actually kill me. Maybe it's like Baylan Skull says about how life is precious. Oh, this is so inevitable. We don't have to do this. It's a shame to lose another Jedi. Maybe she's like, yeah, these Jedi
Mhm,
seem to think and care about life
mhm.
and not losing another Jedi. Shin Hati, man, even though the point of this video is Baylan Skull, Shin Hati is an amazing character who I want to see throughout and she's young. What's the actress? 25. She'll be in
Mhm.
Star Wars for a long time, so long as she survives.
And here's the thing, right? She could get back to the ship with Thrawn and realize that Thrawn was planning to leave them there regardless. You know what I mean? And maybe it's like, okay, so I have no trust in you. I can't trust you. But now Ahsoka's over here saying, hey, come to me. I can help you. So that could be a reason why she could switch sides as well. It'd be interesting to see.
That's too much to happen in one episode. This is a finale that we're
Yeah, yeah, I know.
And they gotta handle. They will do changes because of Ray Stevenson's passing. There
Mhm.
will be something in there that we don't even know yet that is gonna change. Remember how
And I
Carrie?
no, go ahead.
No, you go.
I was gonna say, and I agree with you because I think that either this episode should be like an hour and a half if they want to do all of that stuff, or else it's gonna end with it leading into the Heir of the Empire movie that they have planned out, which
Oh, which Baylan Skoll probably plays a huge part into.
Mhm. I would
That's
think so, right? Because I know the heir of the throne is supposed to be Thrawn, right? But if he has a powerful Sith Jedi or whatever happens to Balin by his side, that will make him way formidable for the Jedi. So,
which is why we got to keep the character. I'm sorry, whoever looks like Ray Stevenson. Ray Stevenson was filming a movie in Italy when he died, and they got the guy from Prison Break named Dominic Purcell. You know, the brother who goes into jail. That
mhm.
they got him to finish all of the lines for his role there. So it can't happen, man. I don't know who looks like Ray Stevenson that can do it. But Star Wars also, we have to look at the precedents of Last Jedi. When Carrie Fisher died, there was a point in that movie right before the Mary Poppins
Yeah, yeah.
where Kylo Ren shoots everything. If they really wanted to, they could go, listen, that's that's it, that's the end. Leia is gone, but they decided not to.
Mhm.
Which, not to complain on that movie, that's not the point. Just the fact that they don't do that, they don't change their movie. They have a precedent of not changing plans and saying, "Oh, we'll just go with the flow. We'll figure it out in the sequel." And then all of a sudden, she's episode 9. She was reusing dialogue that we had from the first movie, and she wasn't really. She
What
was
if
lifeless.
what if they deep fake him? Right? Get an actor to play him and deep fake him because the Anakin stuff, the deep fake in in this series was really good. Like I think was the best that has been like with the Luke and all of that. I think it's the best. So if they perfect a little more, I wouldn't be mind with them deep faking him.
Okay, so how does you audience members who are watching this video, how do we feel about a deep fake? I actually don't think that the deep fake is that necessary. We only had 7 episodes with this guy, and so for that reason, there's no attachment to the likeness. The same way where Luke Skywalker, we know that better look like Mark Hamill, or else there
Mhm,
isn't
mhm.
that, and it's expensive, and all it takes is one season with a new actor, and we're gonna have exactly the same amount of time on screen as Ray Stevenson had, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It's the deep fake is probably something necessary for things we love, for actors and characters we really link up with.
Look at keep going, keep going.
I think I'm about done, but the deep fake question is for you in the comment section of this video. What do you feel about the deep fake scenario? I don't think it's necessary, especially if we're going to go years with Baylan Skull and do more and more. Just hire a 54-year-old actor and hope that he doesn't die. Oh, by the way, Ray Stevenson's cause of death still unknown. It's still not documented. We don't know what he went out with.
Oh wow. And you see, here's the thing: you put a beard on someone a little bit older and fit, he could play the role. He could do it because Dumbledore, like it's a different actor, but they look kind of similar when you watch the two different Dumbledores in the Harry Potter movies, right? So it can be done. You could do it without skipping a beat.
That goes to say, when you're creating these characters and these science fiction fantasy things, you can give them scars. You can make them wear like masks. If you watch Kakashi and Naruto, you can do a lot of things. So where it doesn't matter who the actor is. Once you put on all of those, like a little beauty spot in on the side of your cheek. Once you wear all those things, oh yeah, I can see you look like the character. But when the
Mhm.
character is so recognizable by a bare face, then you don't have that. So yeah, that beard, I don't care how you look, how big your cheekbone is, or how small your nose is. What that beard that covers your mouth. I don't care. I don't care about your chin. I don't care how about
Mhm.
your double chin. Like it really doesn't matter. That's gonna look the same on everybody. Just fill it in with the gray. Mhm.
Absolutely,
Ab-
100%.
Absolutely. That's me, Chill. Big Afford Entertainment's got a YouTube channel. You know where to find him. Link is down there in the description. The question that I still want you to answer is about deep fakes and about CGI and about, roundabout ways. I'll take it if it's in minimal doses. If it's in that one scene that's really important, we got to get that across. Let's take it. If they wanted to show me during this Ahsoka show that Han, Luke, Leia, Lando, and Chewbacca, C-3PO. But if they got those four actors and they used technology to show me them on the Millennium Falcon, kind of waving over at Ahsoka and they fly off, I'd be like, oh, that's so cool. And I would have no moral qualm with it if they looked just like Harrison Ford and Carrie and Mark
Yeah, yeah.
Hamill.
Mhm. I agree with you 100%. And you're right. It's not needed to do the deep fake. I was just saying that's something that they could do, but you're better off just getting an actor, putting a white beard on him, and making him take over the role.
That's how we feel about it. Thumbs up the video. We're out.
Peace.